seriously have to wait 6 weeks to have sex after baby's born? It's been 6 weeks and there is no way you are sticking that in here. My name's Nicole, I'm a physical therapist and a mama, and today we're gonna talk about sex. So besides the obvious things of our boobs being these ever so delicate yet seriously dangerous ticking time bombs, being just completely exhausted due to this new weird sleeping schedule, and the fact that media portrays this bounce back as something that's easy, and really inside you're having some serious body image things going on, there are a few other reasons why women have a hard time returning to sex even after they've been given the green light to go ahead and return to sex at 6 weeks. If you feel this way, you're not alone, because only 53% of women actually return to sex by the 6-week mark when they get the go-ahead from their provider. So let's talk about some of those barriers to returning to sex today so that we can make returning to sexual activity a good, a pleasant, a happy experience for both you and your partner. So after you deliver baby, there's probably a lack of natural lubricant and there's a lot of vaginal dryness. This is making sex not comfortable for you, I am sure. Well, this can be a big change from pre-pregnancy for a lot of women, and it all has to do with the increase in prolactin for breastfeeding and the decrease in estrogen and all the hormone changes that are happening after you have delivered baby. But there's a pretty simple solution to this, ladies, and it is getting a good lubricant. I personally use this coconut oil. I know there are lots of different options out there. Please comment below with what you have found really good that you've used personally or heard other people use in the comments so we can help each other out here. And then I'll also put in the description a few others that I would personally recommend other therapists use as well. So if vaginal dryness is your barrier, try this out. For some women, even with a lubricant, sex is just painful. Now, this might mean you had an episiotomy or you had a perineal tear during your delivery and things are just not comfortable. I actually did a whole nother video on episiotomies because I had an episiotomy and I definitely felt like I needed to desensitize and do scar mobility and work with a women's health physical therapist to get things working again and to be able to feel comfortable having sex again. So go ahead and check out that video if that is you. But the bottom line is basically that after any tearing, if there's stitches or even just as tissue heals, even if there wasn't stitches, the elasticity takes a little while to recover. There's some desensitization that needs to take place. Sometimes there's just trigger points from the trauma that your body underwent, and it's associating it with that. And so when sex is supposed to be good and pleasant, it's associating it with this trauma. So if you feel like you're not really sure where to go with that, definitely find a local women's health physical therapist, because this is kind of their bread and butter when it comes to postpartum, and they can definitely help you address those issues. Maybe for you, it's not a physical barrier, but it's a mental barrier. If you or your partner are noticing signs of postpartum depression, this could definitely be affecting your desire to have sex. In fact, 40% of women with postpartum depression found that they had trouble with desire, with orgasm, and returning to sexual activity. So if this is you, get help, talk to your provider. You do not need to suffer alone. There are medications, there is counseling. We want the postpartum experience to be pleasant and a bonding experience for you, not something that you dread waking up for every day. Maybe you're avoiding sex because your go-to positions are no longer pleasurable for you. In fact, they're downright painful. This can be because of SI joint pain, pelvic girdle pain, separation of abdominal muscles, C-section scarring, lots of different reasons. But the basics here are try to avoid positions that make you more painful. So if during the day you notice that sitting upright at your desk is not comfortable for you, avoid that during intercourse. If you find that laying on your side is comfortable for you, incorporate that into sex. For example, if you've had a C-section and your abdominal muscles are just doing everything they can to make it through the regular daily tasks, think about laying on your back during sex so that you're not engaging as many core muscles, and let your partner be on top so that you can be a lot more comfortable and relaxed. I think it's pretty obvious that the more tense we are, the harder it's going to be to find pleasure in sex and relax your pelvic floor muscles. I'm sure a physical therapist in your area would love to give you more specific, personalized suggestions when it comes to positions for sex, but just know that just because your go-to favorites aren't working, there's lots of different options out there. That's probably just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to expectations and barriers that we face in the postpartum period when it comes to sex. I would love to see in the comments below an emoji or one word that describes your reaction to your doctor saying, yep, you have the green light to go ahead and return to sex at 6 weeks. Because I know for me, mine was not a yay. So comment below and that'll just be fun to see what other people are thinking. As always, thank you so much for joining me today. Give me a thumbs up if you liked the video today or you learned something new, and subscribe to my channel if you want to learn more.